call this meeting of Palmyra Borough Council to order. Everyone please rise for a pledge of allegiance and moment of silence for the armed services. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I heard a little voice.
Yes, I
saying,
did too. That was nice.
Good job.
All right. Brenda, may we please have roll call?
Sure. Counselor Andrews,
Present.
Counselor Catalani,
Here.
Counselor Flegel,
Here.
Counselor Corroli,
Here.
Counselor Rydell,
Here.
Counselor Touche,
Here.
Counselor Shear,
Here.
Mayor Carpenter. We have a quorum.
Okay. Just a reminder to everyone to please silence your cellular devices during the meeting. Thank you. And also, council members, if you haven't already, please turn on your microphones. No special visitors scheduled, which takes us to public comment period number 1. Please step to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and try to limit your comments to 5 minutes. Anybody?
There it is. A brave soul.
I come to speak about Bill Zeiders, 333 East Main Street. I came to speak about, I heard you're going to raise the taxes again, and I'm totally against that. In 2 months, I got my leaves picked up 1 time, and I had to call 8 or 9 times to get that done. And that we're getting no services, and I know this poor man's probably had his hands through, because we don't see police no more in our community. And that they're not around. And then on top of that, these people are putting up these FiOS and cable things. They're coming across, my deed says that that pole is granted to the electric company, not for every FiOS cable company, everybody. They got the cables hanging so low now that if I get a dump truck in there and try and dump it, it'll rip their cables down. And that they made my property useless on both sides. I live on a corner with their cables like that. And then on top of that, they came down there and they raised all the street lights another 6 to 8 feet in the air. They've never worked right since. They're off all the time. And they won't fix Main Street until they get a whole mess of them, because they say they have to hire a flag crew, and they don't want to do it for just 1 or 2. They want to do the whole thing. Well, that means our one in the alley doesn't work half the time. The ones on Main Street are on and off all the time. And then another thing is, I've seen the prices, waste management. They must have busted everybody's trash can in this town. My neighbors and everybody around every neighbor here, they just destroyed them. They bought me a new one because I went and complained. And that, but the new company is very good in that, but I think we're getting to a point where we just can't afford the borough. It's raising us up where you can't afford to pay your taxes and live here. Businesses don't want to come here because of it. And another part is down below me, that shoe factory or whatever it is needs tore down. It's all black mold. That thing's been sitting there like that, and there's people around there that it's just a sickness, that gets sick in the neighborhood. You can see the black coming out of the bricks. And I know somebody that worked there when it originally started, and they said it was in the walls because you could see it on the inside too. And that, to me, it'd make more sense maybe if they would just abolish the borough and just give it the whole circle to North Londonderry. Because they drive from that side to do something and back and forth. And if it'd be the other way, they could just continue going back and forth and get the work done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and one other thing, is the speeding on Main Street outrageous again.
I just want to say thank you so much for coming and speaking and voicing your concerns, because I hear it so much from out in the community, hear it online, but I don't have enough community members who come in and voice it, so thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Anybody else for public comment? No? Okay. All right, closing public comment period number 1. Moving on to the consent calendar. Approve the minutes of the November 26th, 2024 Borough Council meeting.
So moved.
Second. Who was the second? I'm sorry.
Pick it.
Marcus, thank you.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right. All right, action and discussion items. 2025 budget discussion.
Okay, I'm gonna suggest one thing. We should really think about taking the mayor's salary out of here. When we decided to stop paying borough council members, we kept the mayor's salary because Fred was doing a lot of certificates, awards, things like that. The mayor's position is now changed. I mean, it's not even overseeing the police department anymore. The police commission now does that, so, I mean.
Are you on the budget discussion or are you on East Ridge Road?
We're on the budget discussion. Didn't you say the budget discussion?
Oh, they don't have this
I
one?
don't have East Ridge.
No, it wasn't,
either.
remember, it wasn't in your packet, it was in, we sent,
Oh.
I sent an updated one, and we should have.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
sorry.
I'm sorry, I did see that, but I thought you were gonna have, and then I forgot about it. Okay, well then
forgot
I
about
will
it too.
wait. Or should we,
I
Do
I
this.
think we have copies, right? Or we make copies.
Sorry, I forgot that too.
yeah.
It's not in our packets, it was
I'm used to having the
No, we all
revised,
got
budget.
the email and,
I'm used to having the
Yeah.
revised one in front of me. Sorry.
can I go on with the budget? Does it matter?
Yeah, we'll flip it.
Okay.
We'll flip it.
So I mean, again, it is not a lot, but it's something to take out. The whole position
I
has
agree.
changed.
I agree. Because we're gonna change person in that position,
Thank you.
I think it's a good time to change that, because every time that I had previously brought it up, it was met with opposition.
Thank you.
Previously, so I think it would be a good time to change that.
I really, like, I'm all for trying to see how we can cut things, but, you know, everything we do here is we do on a volunteer base, and we don't get paid, which I'm perfectly fine with. And whoever is the mayor, and maybe the new mayor might do actually some new ideas and do some new things and think outside the box. Not saying he didn't, but we need that. It's 2,300. You want to know what we do need? And I'll say it again. We need to find a new ambulance service because that is 40,000 that we're paying. That right there is ridiculous. We could go with a new ambulance service, not saying I don't want one, I want one. But not one that we're telling our taxpayers to pay. If you want to cut something, that's what we need to come find something else. 2,300, that's chunk change.
Well, I realize that. That's what I
Right,
said. that
that's
it's
not
not
gonna-
a lot of money, but it's something.
Then go after the ambulance with me, and we find a new
I
one.
voted for the ambulance.
I know. Okay. It's not
Okay,
gonna, it's not
you know
gonna make
what?
a dent though.
I'm just gonna say one thing. I'm gonna try to say it as calmly as possible. I'm debating whether I should even say it. Okay. You voted to accept the new Casella contract with the trash cans in at $112 a quarter.
You wanna
And
go
then
down
you
that route?
voted no last week to raise the rates to support them.
All right, so
What?
I voted yes, and in that meeting, and it's on YouTube, is that I said to the man, and Beth even asked him too, is that, hey, can we try to negotiate, bring this down? He said, once you agree, then we can talk and maybe negotiate. Then I found out that that's not true. Everything else, new software that I said, no, we don't need new software, you voted yes for. Every ambulance, no. Every little thing that I've seen, I don't just say no, I look and I think about it. And I'm just saying, if you want to take it out, fine, take it out. But I'm just saying that's chunk change. You want to go after something, the only left thing we can go after is find a different ambulance service. But if you don't, I mean, I don't have the votes. I'm just speaking my mind because you should.
I admire the fact that you're looking at things to take out.
I appreciate that, but
I
it's just
do
that,
respect that, but I don't know, I mean, ambulance, all these services are changing. EMS service, fire service, it's all changing, and soon we're gonna be left with nothing. So
Right.
why not?
Well,
And
s-
we can change that. What do we need? 90 days to stop the contract with Lifeline?
Well, see, here's the thing. I get all that. But the thing, though, is that I think getting hit one after another, regional police take a hit, ambulance, and now fire, having to pay for all this, and we're not, it's the residents. And so I
No, we're
think.
paying for it. We're all taxpayers.
All right, right. But I'm speaking with them. I'm not like just thinking about us right now, okay? But the thing, though, is that I think if we spread it out more, then perhaps it wouldn't hurt as much. But we're doing it year after year after year with regional, then ambulance, and now we're talking about fire. That's what's hurting everybody, because we're not coming up with a thoughtful plan of the residents and the money and how that looks. We're just saying, well, we need this. We do need this. But things cost money. And in our borough, the median income is $55,000.
And some of that need is out of our control.
No, I don't agree. We can always try. If that plan doesn't work, we'll try another plan. If you think it's out of your control, you can't do it, then who else? I mean, no. We need to keep trying, because I keep seeing everyone so unpleased. We need ambulance service, we need fire, we need police, but we need to come up with better plans of how to go about it. And I've been saying that, and I'll keep saying that. Ambulance, we need to come up with a better plan. That's not effective to put that on our residents. It's just not. That gentleman just came here and spoke on behalf of how the taxes are hurting him. There's more people out there that are saying that, and we cannot be blind.
Anthony, what guarantee do we have in 2 years of,
Yeah.
if we choose the other one, what guarantee do we have that not in a year, they're not gonna come to us and say, we want $10 per resident? And then we're stuck with them, and then,
Why are you
then we're, got egg on our face, and we're going back to Penn State and saying, oh, we're
You don't want
sorry,
to
we
go with
want you
them,
back.
we can find someone else, but here's the thing about it,
There's
you can't
only
look
so
at
many.
it, you can't look at it like that. You have to look at it as, okay, for the next 3 years with the money, this is what it looks like, and this is the best for our borough.
I think that's what we all
We
thought of.
didn't, no, we
Well-
didn't. I mean, Lifeline, that's not what's best for our
We
borough.
all thought we were making the right
not.
decision at the time
Yes.
after the presentation.
Yes.
I mean, I did.
That's how I voted.
Or is that, okay, well, like I said, I don't have the vote, so if you all want to keep it in, keep it in.
Are we okay with taking the mayor's salary out?
Yes. Is anybody not okay
I
with
mean,
that?
the mayor's position is
What else can,
really a name.
what else can the mayor do as of right now with,
They
like,
vote,
I'm just
they
curious.
break ties, that's
That's-
about it.
Any vetoes, or, because I haven't seen that.
I don't know.
They can, yeah, he
can
can.
They can veto.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
okay, so those two,
They're first in charge of major emergency in the borough.
is that,
Yeah. I mean, we do have a wonderful, Will Creba is pretty good at stuff like that, but yes.
so the only thing that's really changed is the police, but he still sits on the commission, but he doesn't have a
He's-
vote.
Correct.
And
So it
that's
breaks
kind
the
of, that's
tie.
kind of an iffy one in the state right now with the
That's
regionalization. They're not
because-
sure where it's
Yeah.
falling
Break the tie
because of
with the
the state
police
borough.
on that,
No, he's a non-voting.
He's a
member.
non-voting member.
not even if it's a tie?
No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
And in order to remove the salary, we'd have to do an ordinance too, like we did for the
for the
councils. yeah.
council, okay.
You need a motion for that?
If you want to definitely do that, then you want to have the solicitor go ahead and prepare it and advertise it, then we should, yes.
Would you want to wait and get Fred's thought on it, since he's the mayor?
Well,
Oh,
he's
he won't be
retiring,
in
yeah.
once it takes effect.
Only going to
But
effect
after
next
he
year.
steps down.
No, I know that, I'm just saying, just get his thoughts, he's been mayor for a long time, and now it's changed.
I think he
Just
was
do it.
okay with it when it was first proposed. We as a council decided to keep it because at the time he was using his own printer to make certificates, he was giving out awards. So he was okay with getting rid of it at the time.
But what if
So-
the new mayor, whoever we get, wants to do that too? Because that is a good idea, the mayor should be active, the mayor should be involved, so what if that does come to fruition again?
But I think you can't change it until the new mayor is elected or appointed. Roger? is it elected, I think, because somebody will be appointed to finish out Fred's.
Brenda's
So
right,
it would
it's
not
the
take
election.
effect until January 1 of 2026.
Really, with the mayor's salary? I know that's how it works with
Oh.
council
It's
the same
salaries.
it was
It's
with
the
you
same
guys.
with
It's the
mayors?
same, yeah. Brenda's
Okay, well,
right.
then that doesn't really help this budget, but I'd like to get the ball rolling anyway.
Yeah.
I don't, I mean,
Wait a minute. Will you guys, are you sure that's the way it is?
I'm
Can you-
pretty sure that's the way
Okay,
it was.
because I
Yeah,
don't
'cause
know
it
why it
phased
would
out with
matter.
us.
You can't cut it in the middle of the term.
Right.
Yeah.
But
It phased out with us as our
Remember
terms
with the
expired.
coun- Yeah, with the
Yeah.
council
Our-
members, it
I,
took a
does
couple
that,
years.
but that doesn't really make sense if the mayor is a non-voting member of the body. Well, I
Well,
don't.
he's an
it's all,
elected
he's
official.
part of the borough
Elected
Yeah,
code,
okay.
so, there you go.
so the borough code.
Okay, well, then it's not gonna help this year anyway.
No, but you're right. I mean,
Yeah.
if you pass an ordinance, it will take effect the
the
first
next.
year, first day of the new mayor's term.
2026, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only one thing left that would help, and you all know what that is.
Buy a helicopter.
Oh, no, real close, no, the ambulance, thank you.
So here's the dilemma I've been struggling with for the last several weeks. As most of you know, and some of you dislike, I am very adamant about not raising taxes. I have voted for 2 tax increases the entire time I've been on council. One was $9 a year and one was $25 a year. I am struggling with this. I can't find stuff to take out. I know you can.
Of course.
Every other time I have voted no on a budget, I have been able to say no because this. I have no reason or nothing in my pocket that makes me say no to this. And it's killing me. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna struggle. I am gonna struggle.
And
I'm not making near what I made at my last job, which of course disappeared when the company folded. But I'm gonna struggle paying this. And then the news and the updated sewer and the trash. I mean, I am like everybody else in this borough.
Yep.
But it's killing me. I don't know how to say no to this. And I wanna find a way.
I can tell you, no, and we get the ambulance out, get the ambulance with the lower
Okay,
cost.
I am not for.
That's
you-
all we
You can all
have.
be for taking the ambulance out. I am not.
Then, okay, well, I'm
But I
just trying to
can't
give
find any,
suggestions, I don't know.
every other year I could find, okay, this, I mean, we're already understaffed, which, Mr. Zeiders, that is part of the reason why you probably had to call about your leaves. We lost a borough employee who passed away. So, you know, we're already, okay, I was just trying to answer your question.
Okay, I understand that.
We're already understaffed. It's not like we can even eliminate a position and save money. I don't know how to fix it.
Outside of the box, Lingelstown and Main Street, Lingelstown Road and Main Street, we have a piece of property on the corner, Lingle Avenue. Yeah, Lingelstown, yeah.
Yeah.
I've just moved Palmyra, apologies. We have that little plot of land, can we just sell that?
It's not really, it's an uneconomic remnant, it's really not buildable because of the right-of-way that's imposed on it.
And that would only help us for this year, not next year, or the next year, we won't have this
Oh,
this
no,
year.
no, no, we'll just keep selling parks until they're
That's
gone.
great, and we might as well just sell North Londonderry.
So what?
Sell Palmyra Road and North Londonderry, because we're gonna keep having this problem every year.
Yeah, oh, it's not gonna, taxes don't go down,
No.
never have.
No, it's not that. I've mentioned this plenty of times, is that, one, ambulance, we'll find better one, the fire, we need to figure out, and the regional police, if we get 3 more townships, you'll notice all the prices, everything going
okay.
down. They said
Well,
that in the presentations.
But they're not joining.
But they're not joining.
Exactly.
So we
So
hope
it's like
they
having
do.
a basketball, let's go
out
play
of our
basketball against
control.
one team, there's no other
Yeah.
team playing.
So what do you recommend we do then?
Okay, well, it sure isn't just go out and play by, you're just saying cut things.
Yeah.
It doesn't even, you don't have a plan.
I
Have a plan. Go out and get those quotes then and come back with 3 trash
pretty
cans.
reached out, and I'm telling you, nobody It's
No,
very
we-
tough.
We had two ambulance companies. We only had two to pick from. We didn't have three. We didn't have four. We didn't have five. Trash companies. How many trash companies bid?
Three.
Two.
Two. Didn't one drop off?
Oh, there was only two.
There was only two.
There's only two. That's what, like, nobody's bidding on these things. You keep saying, get this, get this, get this. Go find them. No,
I
Anthony,
did
go find them.
I'm telling you,
Go talk to the regional,
police-
different police department and get them to join. I will support you. Go get another fire department to help the chief right out there. No, you just keep saying you're gonna do stuff, but you're not doing it. You're talking.
First of all, I have done things.
What?
Who do you think brought the other ambulance service in here and reached out to probably about 5 others too? I
They
did.
didn't come.
And they didn't.
One
come,
did.
right?
One did.
Yeah.
Okay? But what did you do?
Where are these three other
One.
police departments?
I'm not trying to play a point game, but I'm just saying is that I am trying here, and this is only my
Okay,
first
so you
term.
tried,
And I'm trying to just say is
and the
that we
majority
can't
of
just
us
say like,
didn't
oh,
like it.
okay.
We didn't feel
And-
that was the best fit for the borough.
Well,
So then why
and-
do we have to go with that other option? Why can't we just say, okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, let's try to come up with something else? That's all I'm trying to say.
But how do you come up with something else when there's nothing else to come up with? There's no other, I mean,
No other options.
right.
And we've been working on it though. That's part of the problem is, we've sat in the meetings with the fire department, we've sat in the meetings with the police department, multiple police departments. I've sat there with other police departments that got up and walked out because they're not gonna play. You haven't. So you're talking about something
Because
you
I
don't
haven't been
know.
given the chance to sit on any of those committees. I've been doing it on my own.
This is before you.
Well, so you
Right,
can't
we've
speak
been
like that.
having
This
these
is only my first.
conversations long before you
Yeah,
decided
but that's
to
what I
run for
mean. We've been
council.
having these conversations.
Right,
This
so
isn't
you
new.
can't say
I've been
I
having-
haven't when this is my first term and everything I have done, I think I've done a good job.
I've been having the regional
Right.
police department discussion since 2010.
Moving on, okay, we're getting nowhere.
Yep,
We're talking
yep. Good.
round and round and round, we're getting nowhere, okay?
East Ridge Road.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I think some of us with this budget, we want to see things differently, or we want to see things change differently. And it's not feasible for different reasons at this point. And unfortunately, sometimes you just need to, excuse my blatant language, you just need to suck it up and deal with it.
Really? I've never been told that if something doesn't go well, just suck it
I'm
up and
saying
deal
this is
with
a difficult budget. This is not an easy one.
it. I've never been told that, just suck it up. Because there's always a way, there's always a way. But
Okay.
it's fine, I'll make some
This
phone
is the
calls.
hardest budget I've ever had to look at.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not happy with it either. I don't think any one of us is happy with this one.
Never said you were, but I'm trying
know
to get
that.
plans.
But there is nothing that is an easy fix for this budget. There's, like Jane said, there's nothing. There's always been something that I've been able to say, let's get rid of this, let's get rid of that, let's cut this, let's reduce this, let's do this, let's do that. And there's nothing. This is cut and dry. I know, the ambulance, I get that. But even right now, that isn't a feasible option right at this minute.
Well, and even that, I mean, again, little bits are little bits, but even if we didn't have the ambulance service, that's $1.50 a month. That'll save less than $1.50 a month. I mean, I'm not saying it's not, every little bit helps, but we need something, not 40,000, we need something like 140,000.
400,000.
Yes.
Even better.
Yeah, that's what we need,
And it's
350,000.
just not there.
I just can't find it.
I'm with Jane. I don't know what to do with this budget. I just don't. And knowing what's coming down the road, those discussions aren't going to be pretty either. But again, it's something that this borough is being faced with. We've known it for, what, 10 years? 15? I don't know. We've been talking about it for many years.
Fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, here it is, sooner than we thought it was gonna be.
Well, I don't
So
know if
now
that
we need
is
to
sooner, but it's certainly coming
Well,
up.
sooner than I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be. And now we need to start looking at it a little bit closer than we've been. Because it's getting a little closer than we'd like to feel comfortable with. It's kind of. It
We
is what
don't
it
even-
is.
yeah, I know,
We just
I
need to
get
start
it.
looking at things and
But-
figuring out what's best.
We don't have the means to do it alone with fire. We need at least 3 other boroughs or townships or whatever to come join us to take the burden off our residents. If we go in alone,
In an
It would hurt
ideal
us.
world, Anthony, yes, that would be perfect.
I'm looking at it from
You
the
can't
revenue and
force
income
people to do
coming
it,
in.
though, that's the problem.
I'm not looking at it from that, you have to break it up and look at it from different points. You have to look at it from the money, you have to look at it from personnel, you have to look at it from this. If you look at it all at one, you're gonna go crazy, and your mind's gonna go all over the place. I'm looking at first the money, and then we can look at it from personnel, then we can look at it like this. That's how you have to look at it, that's how I was trained, but whatever, what do I
But,
know?
well, the issue with the regionalization part is that, again, you have to have people buying into that regionalization.
Right.
So, again, even if we could regionalize a fire department, we need to have the departments to regionalize with,
Exactly.
so. And technically, we do have a regional fire department between us and North. It would be great if you could get a couple more in there, but. Just at a loss.
So the last conversation that I have in my minutes is the discussion of the mayor's salary, and you would need a motion to prepare and advertise the ordinance to remove the salary. Are you going to do that, or are you not going to do that?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
I mean,
So, all those in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Brenda, you're not, you're
Correct.
opposing them?
Opposing.
Okay, so, I have a 6-1 vote.
okay, well, I thought that would help this year, but it doesn't. Again, it would be pennies, but
But
still something,
It's,
yeah.
yeah.
Any other budget discussion? Oh, I thought you raised your hand. And please know that my comment of suck it up and deal with it was not, it's not to the residents. I don't mean it that way. It's,
Maybe bite the bullet would have been better.
yeah, let's try bite the bullet instead.
I don't think
I,
anything
I
should have been
don't mean
said.
it,
I
I don't
think,
mean that the way it came out. I just. I think we all are a little frustrated up here
Yes.
for various reasons.
agree.
So are you going back to the Melrose?
Yeah, anybody else over here on my left for the budget discussion? Okay, all right, now we're going back up to East Ridge Road, Melrose Phase One Land Development Plan, Financial Security Reduction Request. Discussion on, and if appropriate, suggested motion to approve a $70,605.70 reduction of the financial security required for the East Ridge Road Melrose Phase Number 1 Land Development Plan from $329,958.27 to a new outstanding financial security balance of $259,352.57 as recommended by the Borough Engineer in a letter dated December 5th, 2024. Have they met what they need to meet for that reduction? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Great. Now, that takes us to President's Report. I don't have anything. It takes, financial report, financial statement as of November 30th will be available at the next meeting on December 23rd. Which takes us to the delinquent sewer and refuse account report. Brenda? Anybody have any questions?
Nope, looks good.
We actually, in the December report, it will reflect, we just had one of our big accounts at I think it was $7,600 was just paid. Yep.
Good. All right. Thank the girls as always. All right, that takes us to Fire Department, EMS. November Citizens Fire Company #1 monthly report was emailed. Everybody should have received that. And the October Lifeline monthly EMS report, everybody has in their packet. Any questions on that?
Has EMS, the Lifeline fulfilled their promise with being there 100% fully staffed?
I can't answer that, I don't know.
Okay.
Chief, do you know that answer by any chance?
Is there a way to audit that? I mean, I don't know.
I'll ask them.
Yeah, thank you. There should be a way of structure that we can know that, because that's
Yeah,
within the
even if
con-
they list man hours or
Right,
whatever.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, it should be with. Chief, do you have anything? Roger, do you have anything?
No.
Does anybody have any questions regarding fire department? No? Okay. All right. Western Lebanon County Regional Police Department, Chief? Anybody have anything for the chief? No? Okay. All right, takes us to Planning Commission, November 25th meeting. I'll let you handle that.
Well, there is representatives from Share Park here, so if you want to address them, now's your chance.
Good evening. Chad Smith with Steckbeck Engineering. Here representing Share Park. I also have Shyla and Dave with me from Share Park. We attended the Planning Commission last week, or 2 weeks ago now. I don't know how long it feels like it was, right before Thanksgiving. And the plans were presented to the Planning Commission. They did recommend the plans for approval. With that was 7 waivers that I believe are listed on the agenda this evening. Actually, there are 6 listed, Roger?
I'm missing the sidewalk one, I
Correct,
think. Yeah.
correct. So, and I can just quickly run down them, depending on how quickly you want me to do this. I'll just list them real quick. Request number 1 is for the preliminary plan process, so we're combining the plans into a preliminary/final. It's a redundant submission. We're meeting all the requirements for both, just under 1 submission. The second waiver request was for park and open space dedication. Just because of the project and this being a nonprofit, we're asking for that park and rec fees be waived. The third one is a stormwater requirement, a separation distance from a stormwater facility to a closed depression. There is a small closed depression on the property. We're proposing a very small infiltration facility right next to that. Most of the project is not infiltrating. We just can't get a small loading dock area to these basins because of the flatness of the property. So we're just asking for a very small relief from that request. And that was recommended with supporting documents by your borough engineer. Number 4 is that same infiltration facility I just spoke of. Again, it's just collecting water from a small dock. So because obviously infiltration is not recommended in the borough, like I said, 98% of the stormwater that we are proposing to capture runoff from the impervious is going to non-impermeable basins. They're going to have liners in them. And this small facility will just propose a little bit of infiltration. The 5th is fencing around the stormwater facilities. We're asking for a waiver of these. So these basins, and this goes back to, again, because of the site's pretty level. We have 2 impoundment areas. One of them is going to hold the maximum depth of water at the 100-year stormwater elevation of a little over a foot, and the other one's just shy of 2 feet. So it's very, very shallow basins, and we're asking relief to provide a fence around those 2 facilities. The next one is sidewalks. The Planning Commission, this was a discussion with the Planning Commission, so we are providing some sidewalks from our driveway, which is approximately in the middle of the site west, to connect to existing sidewalks. To the east is to a dead end and connects to nothing, so we're not putting sidewalks on the eastern side of the property, asking for a waiver of that. The west side, we are proposing sidewalk. And then the last one is pipe inverts. So this is another stormwater requirement, again, speaking to the flatness. The stormwater ordinance requires a 2-inch drop in a stormwater structure from the pipe coming into it to the pipe going out of it. Basically 2 inches across the bottom of the structure. Those 2 inches for this project add up and would prevent us from getting the minimum 0.5% slope we would need on the pipe. So we're asking for just a waiver of that drop. And that, again, was recommended by the borough engineer. Those are the waiver requests. We did receive actually a letter today from the borough engineer. We've addressed all comments. It's just down to getting signatures on plans and getting the agreements in place and paying the sewage capacity fees. I'm not sure if there's anything else, Roger, that would need to be touched on, but that's,
No, I think that's it.
yeah. So we'll be asking tonight for your approval of the 7 waivers and approval of the preliminary/final plans. And happy to answer any questions you guys have on the plans.
I just out of curiosity, I'm assuming that the parking that's behind the building, or to the east of the building, is that gonna be reserved for the tenants, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, the
Because
way,
at first I was looking, I'm like, oh, that doesn't seem like
So
a lot of parking.
the first story, and as you're looking at the plan, the first story, and then all the parking to the left of the building or the west side is for the food bank and the business associated with the food bank, and then everything to the right and up on the second floor is reserved for the residents.
And how many apartments do you plan on having?
12.
12. Just want to make sure.
Oh, I see. I counted wrong the first time.
What was the reasoning that you requested the waiver for the fencing? For the no fencing?
I mean, so.
Other than, was it just the depth?
Yeah, so
It's not
typically,
a spacing issue?
it's not a what?
Spacing issue?
No, it would be, I mean, the primary reason for the fencing, I think, is to prevent child entry or a safety thing. But for the most part, a lot of people ask for the waivers because maintenance-wise, it's a pain. They end up looking pretty ugly when it comes to the maintenance around them. And when you're only dealing with a foot of water depth at max capacity, it's not really serving its purpose. So that's really the reason for asking for that waiver request. And again, that's being a stormwater issue, that was recommended by the borough engineer. They don't see any issue with that either.
I think we did that with another property,
Mavis,
the fence. What?
Mavis,
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
that's right, we did do that.
Yeah, they can meet the requirements with a split rail fence. It's really, it's not gonna keep anybody out of there, really. I mean,
with the apartments, who are you looking to rent to? Or how's the renting that
I
working?
will let Shyla answer that.
Sure, so, our primary consideration will be for BASH vouchers, which is a program through the VA, Veterans Benefits Voucher Program. If we are not able to satisfy all of the tenants with BASH vouchers, it would go to Section 8. And those are, we have lots of them in the borough already, individuals who are in Section 8 housing. And those will be managed apartments as well. So it will be low income with some type of voucher program.
So primarily first is veterans through the VA.
That's our hope, yes.
Thank you for asking that, because I remember that being a discussion at first, and I was very proud that you did that.
Same.
So hopefully that'll come to fruition.
Do we need a motion?
So I make a motion.
I'll second.
Who seconded? Okay.
Elizabeth looks like she might have been questioning something.
No, I was pointing to you for the second. Do I need to read the motion, or are we good?
That's the motion to approve the recommendation made for the waivers.
Yes.
Thanks.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Can I say something?
Yes.
So, this community has been blessed to have that woman here for so long. Now,
She's leaving us.
I know, for those of you who do not know, she's leaving. Kudos to you, and again, well-deserved. But this community will miss you.
It's been my honor to do that.
No, it's our honor for you to be here. Thank you.
So we have the second one right now.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That one, and then you have this one here. You have this one.
So next scheduled meeting of the Planning Commission is Wednesday, January 22nd, beginning at 7 PM. All right, that takes us to Public Works. Superintendent report, there was no superintendent report. For this meeting, we'll have one for the next meeting, right?
Yes.
What's that?
We'll have a report for the next meeting.
Yes.
Okay, Borough Properties.
Really, the only thing to report is gas furnace number 5 has been replaced and is functioning, so that's good. There was some issue with the communication with the new control system, so Train had to come in also to help with that. And I think there was also a faulty part on the brand-new furnace, circuit board or something that had to be replaced, so that's not unusual these days. So, but it's working good, and so. But other than that, on Borough Properties, that's it. Sewer system, we have Route 2's been working on the plans for the replacement pump station number 3. And we are going to have a meeting with them next week, like a design conference kind of thing. So they want to know what kind of pumps we want, any kind of thing that, that they can incorporate into the plan. So I believe the survey work's been completed, so that's been completed. So let's move it along. Sinkholes, we haven't had anything new, which is good. Guys have not had a chance to fill the ones in Southeast Park yet, and the other old ones we're just watching. Stormwater management, all the Phase A stuff is complete at the time, so the only thing left is the off-site stormwater for East Ridge Road, Melrose, and we said we would discuss that further in January, so no further discussion tonight on that. Traffic signals, I just received an email today that CM High will be in the area within the next week or so to do the fall preventative maintenance. They're a little bit behind, but, so if you see them here, that's what they're doing. Otherwise, we're a little bit behind on leaf collection, like you heard before. The guys are working on that as hard as we can. It got difficult because they got wet and then it froze. so the leaves stick to the ground. So they've been trying to go back and get the new piles and also try to still collect the stuff now that it warmed up to try to get the stuff released from the road. So that's what's been taking the majority of the time. And the superintendent's been off for the last week or so for hunting. So we've been down to 3 new guys basically. So, but other than that, that's a wrap for Public Works.
When it's not urgent, but the snowflakes on East Main, I didn't look tonight, but yesterday they were not on, or last night they were not on.
They weren't?
No.
Okay.
North and South Railroad and West Main are on, but East is not.
Yeah, I don't think I noticed them on.
And
It varies,
West-
one night they're on, one night they're off.
And West Main
Yeah.
seems dim compared to North and South Railroad. So I don't know if there's an issue going on Main.
I don't remember seeing them on.
West is on, but it's dim.
Yeah, I noticed it Friday night, came down through town and it.
And the star on top of the tree is
West was
off.
on.
Really?
The star is not on either on the tree.
Okay.
The tree's on, but the star's not. Okay. Okay. Is it a square? There's a square patch on the tree again.
Panel?
In the square.
It's usually in a square. It's usually a patch. Yeah.
I think that's how the tree gets
Yeah.
assembled.
It's usually a square that goes out. All right, didn't have anything from the solicitor. Nothing for the solicitor's report. Zoning and codes enforcement, everybody has the monthly report in front of them. Any questions on that? Okay. Thank them as always for the report. Zoning hearing board, no hearing scheduled for Monday, December 9th, which takes us to borough manager's report.
I don't have anything else.
Anybody have anything for the borough manager? Okay. All right, no communications. Any other business? Chief? Marcus?
No.
Bruno? Jim?
I did notice, I drove around after and during the windstorm, and that we had the high winds, and there's no trash. So go drive around and look in the alleys. No trash. I took pictures. I sent them to the borough managers. I said, what's missing? Trash.
Well, that's good.
Come to my alley, I'll show you trash.
That's where it all went.
The renters in there, in section 8, they just take it out, they don't care. If you
Okay,
shut
this
the
is in
windows.
public comment, sir, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's why you guys can't get.
Gotcha.
buzzers, stuff
Okay.
straightened out, but you won't listen to the
Mr.
people.
Ziders, you need to wait to public comment, okay?
We're almost done.
We're almost there. All right, anything else? Jane? Anthony?
I just want to say the tree lighting was this past Saturday, and my kid and I went, and it was great. It was awesome. Saw Santa there, big giant teddy bear. But no, it was a good time. Sang some songs, and tree looks great. There is an area I noticed that it's not. The lights maybe died, but besides that, it was great. It was a nice turnout. Maybe like 30 people showed up. 40. It was nice.
Well, we're piecemealing that tree down.
Yeah, that was purchased in 2009. That's how
Is that
that's how
old?
old it is.
Wow.
So it's getting to the point where
Well, and to be outside is,
I would never known that. Wow.
Holding up good.
please don't suggest we buy another one
Yes.
this year.
No, no.
Not this year,
No.
no. It's only up for a couple of weeks and then it's,
Yeah. Can we turn it inside out?
Turn the corner.
All right, public comment period number 2. Please step to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and try to limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Hi, Bill Ziders again. And more of my comments are, is like I said, we shouldn't be paying more taxes for less work we're getting. We're actually getting screwed that way. We need to stop these cable companies. They were out here on the highway putting these cables up across private property. You own from the curb to infinity. And they're hanging these things across my property, and I told them, I said, if I get a triaxle in here, I'm gonna tell the guy to put the bed up, you can come fix your wires. You know, because we do, from that drain, when you ran everything off of Cherry Street down right there in Main Street at Harrison and that, we're getting a lot of impressions in our yards, and the front road has a big bubble in it too now. So it's causing problems. It wasn't put in right. I have pictures from the very thing. Stone wasn't compacted right, and a million things wasn't done right. And anytime anybody would like to maybe straighten out a budget, why don't you go to somebody else's council meeting? See what they do for ideas and that. Maybe you'll get something instead of just stuck in the steel corner. You know, that's the best I can say.
Thank you.
Dave McCloskey, 212 East Ridge Road. Roger, you skipped over it too quick. We do have another sinkhole. I'm gonna call it Jane's sinkhole.
Oh, it's been there for, it has been there for a couple weeks.
It's up against the
Yeah, the house.
back of one of
It's
the
private
properties.
property one.
Oh, yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah, it technically is private property.
Oh, yeah. Oh, poor people.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's getting other, I think he's looking into ways to settle it
Where's that at, Dave?
in the retention pond behind my house.
Oh, again.
Yeah, well, it's not in the retention
It's
pond.
not the big one.
It's in,
It's a little one,
Yeah.
but it's,
yeah,
I wouldn't want it in the back of my,
no,
that's too close.
no.
And I'd like to thank Nancy for coming up the other week and checking out the situation up there
Yeah, I learned a lot.
at my house.
I appreciate the tour.
It's, I hope we're getting closer, Roger. But thank you all. I appreciate the job you do.
Anybody else? All right. Closing public comment period number 2. Borough Council will conduct its next public meetings on Monday, December 23rd, 2024, and Tuesday, January 14th, 2000. No, that's right.
2025.
No, I was thinking the 14th was too late, but no, it's not. Okay, Tuesday, January 14th, 2025, beginning at 7 PM. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? 14th seemed to.
oh, what do we got?
No, it's never long enough.
7:53.
I got it.